Welcome to this tutorial on the design and analysis of voltage-controlled oscillator, VCO. In this tutorial, we will walk through the fundamental concepts, design methodology, and performance analysis of a VCO using Cadence Virtuoso. Let's start by defining our objectives for this tutorial. Understand the basic working principle of a voltage-controlled oscillator, and design an LC-based VCO using the TSMC 65 nm PDK. Conduct detailed analyses to assess key VCO performance parameters such as oscillation frequency, tuning sensitivity, frequency gain, phase noise, and power consumption. Explore practical applications of VCOs in systems like PLLs, clock generators, and communication circuits. Before diving into the design, it's important to understand why oscillators are essential in electronic systems. Oscillators are an integral part of many electronic systems. Applications range from clock generation in microprocessors to carrier synthesis in cellular telephones, requiring vastly different oscillator topologies and performance parameters. Robust, high-performance oscillator design in CMOS technology continues to pose interesting challenges. Now that we understand the importance of oscillators in electronic systems, let's take a brief look at the theoretical background. A simple oscillator produces a periodic output, usually in the form of a voltage. As such, the circuit has no input while sustaining the output indefinitely. Negative feedback systems may oscillate. In other words, an oscillator can be seen as a poorly designed feedback amplifier. To understand the behavior of an oscillator, consider the unity gain negative feedback circuit shown in Figure 1, which shows the evolution of oscillatory system with time. Transfer function of this system is given by equation 1. At high frequencies, excessive phase shift in the amplifier can turn negative feedback into positive feedback. Oscillation occurs if H, J omega naught, is equal to -1, causing the closed loop gain to approach infinity at omega naught. Under this condition, the circuit continuously amplifies its own noise at omega naught. A noise component at omega naught gets reinforced due to unity gain and 180 degrees phase shift. This leads to signal regeneration and sustained oscillation at omega naught. As shown in Figure 2, an inductor L1 placed in parallel with a capacitor C1 resonates at a frequency given by equation 2. At this frequency, the impedances of the inductor, J omega L, and the impedance of capacitor, 1 divided by J omega C, are equal in magnitude but opposite in phase. This results in an infinite total impedance at resonance. While the circuit ideally has an infinite quality factor Q, resistive losses in inductors and capacitors make Q finite in practice. Real inductors have losses, modeled as a parallel resistance in the LC tank. This resistance causes oscillations to decay over time. To sustain oscillation, a negative impedance is introduced in the circuit. See Figure 3 for the negative impedance implemented in the circuit. The negative impedance, implemented using a cross-coupled CMOS pair, cancels out the tank losses to enable continuous oscillation, and its value is given by -2 divided by Gm. A tail current source is also used in the circuit to ensure a well-defined and stable current. Now that we have understood the theoretical background of an LC oscillator, we shall move on to the actual design of an LC oscillator in Cadence Virtuoso. To start designing the LC oscillator circuit in Cadence Virtuoso, first create a new library and give it a meaningful name like analog_IC_lab_9. Then create a schematic cell view with the name LC_oscillator. To create the LC oscillator, place the following components in the schematic. For NMOS cross-coupled pair, place 2 NMOS transistors, and set their width and length as 40 micro and 250 nano respectively. Place 2 varactors, and change their width as 900 nano, length as 400 nano, fingers per group as 10, number of groups as 5 and multiplier as 1.
Place a spiral inductor,
and change its width to 30 micro, inner radius to 60 micro, number of turns to 5, spacing is 2 micro, guard ring distance to 50 micro, temperature to 27 degrees, and frequency to be 2.4 GHz. Next, place two PMOS transistors and set their width and length to 180 micro and 250 nanometers respectively. After wiring this LC oscillator, it should look like this. Now, to form the tail current source, make the current mirror circuit with reference current as 400 microamperes, and aspect ratio of transistors as 25 micro by 250 nano. After making the tail current source, place a voltage source VDD for the circuit, and another voltage source which shall be used as tuning voltage V-tune. After checking and saving the circuit, launch ADE Explorer. Once ADE Explorer is open, copy all variables from the cell view into design variables, and assign 900 mV to V-tune. Give an initial condition of 0 volts to the node labeled Vout1. Next, from the Analysis menu, select DC Analysis. Annotate the DC node voltages and the operating points of the CMOS pair to ensure that the DC output voltages are close to VDD by 2, and that all transistors are operating in the saturation region. After DC analysis, perform transient analysis, and set the stop time to 200 nanoseconds. From the outputs, select Vout1 and Vout2 to be plotted. Now, click the green play button to run the transient simulation. The oscillatory waveforms of both Vout1 and Vout2 will be displayed. After the waveforms for both Vout1 and Vout2 are displayed, send both signals to the calculator. In the calculator, use the frequency function and apply it to the difference between Vout1 and Vout2. Then, send the expression to ADE Explorer. Now, set up the periodic steady state (PSS) analysis as shown. After setting up PSS analysis, proceed to set up the phase noise analysis as shown. After setting up both the periodic steady state (PSS) analysis and the phase noise analysis, run the PSS simulation. Then, go to Results, Direct Plot, Main Form, and select PSS Analysis. Next, choose Power to view the power of the fundamental and harmonic components. Select the harmonic frequency, choose the fundamental, and add it to the output expressions in ADE Explorer. Once the expressions are added, they should appear as shown on the screen. Now that we have plotted power and harmonic frequency, change the sweep variable as V-tune, and set start and stop values to be 0 and 1.2 volts respectively. Now, run the PSS analysis again, and see the plot of change in oscillation frequency with change in V-tune. Next, send this curve to calculator, and, by the use of deriv function, calculate its derivative, which will give the slope of change of frequency with respect to tuning voltage, which is defined as tuning sensitivity. After finding the waveform for tuning sensitivity, next, we shall look at the output noise. To see that, first run the PSS analysis, then, run the P-noise analysis. Then, go to Results, Direct Plot, Main Form, and then, select P-noise. Configure the settings as shown on the screen and then plot the results. The waveform of the output noise will be displayed. Now that we have successfully designed the LC oscillator and analyzed its key performance parameters, let's take a quick look at the summary before concluding this tutorial. Designed and simulated a CMOS LC voltage-controlled oscillator, VCO. Verified startup and steady-state behavior through DC and transient analysis. Evaluated oscillation frequency and tuning sensitivity. Analyzed phase noise at relevant offset frequencies. Confirmed overall functionality and suitability for RF and clock generation systems. Thank you for watching this tutorial.